That is 3 successes.
That's excellent. So what do you say to them? How do you pitch this to them?
She kind of slinks up to the table. It's a natural movement for her. She carefully places the bottle down. It's about half empty at this point. And it's like, oh, well, you're interested in exotic things and parties and interesting places. Would you like to come upstairs and see my snakes?
And with your 3 successes, I think Finley turns to you and says, I've heard a lot about your 2 snakes. I just... they're not roaming around free, are they?
Oh, God, no. No. That's a bad idea.
I would think so. It sounds like an interesting idea. I'd love to see a snakes. What about it? Would you like to see? There's a couple of people are like, no, I don't want anything to do with snakes. But a number of them are like, yeah, let's do it. So they start picking up their stuff and their glasses and the bottles and everything. And as you turn around and start leading them back up, the bartender catches your eye for a moment, and he points to the front door. When you look at the front door, you see standing there, Vyn, what does Lillian see standing at the front door?
Lillian sees a person of normal height, plasmic, miasmic, cosmic gender. I'm kidding. Kind of sitting in the fudge area, ratty clothes. They kind of sit between homeless and possibly designer by choice, but when they're just the cleanest for the day. Two-tone hair, dull expression. They don't fit the bar, and they're clearly here for something and not, entertainment.
Now, Vyn, did you? I think eventually you decided your character knew a little bit about computers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which ended up doing all right. So. That's perfectly fine. In my world, Kindred can recognize each other by sight, unless one of the Kindred is much older than the other and is hiding himself. So, as soon as you look towards the door, you do see Paz that you recognize. You've seen him before here and there, but yeah, you do recognize this Kindred just kind of standing there in your entrance, kind of, that. I'm supposed to be here, but I'm not supposed. I don't know who I'm supposed to meet. Kind of thing.
Lillian will chuckle a little bit, and do it behind a hand. And then, are they still trying to decide who's going up and who's staying and what's happening?
No, you kind of have a group now that's been following you. That was kind of ready to go upstairs.
I will lead them over to the private elevator that goes straight up to the 3rd floor, and then have them wait. And I have a very big wall of meat that stands there too.
Did you say wall of meat?
So they can't go. Yes, a human, a very large bodyguard.
In my mind, I was picturing a wall with like charcuterie on it or something.
It's the Lady Gaga wall.
Sometimes I get a little snacky. It's whatever. And she will leave them there to their idle chatter and make some excuse of, oh, I have to prep them, blah, 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 and walk off to greet Paz.
And what does Paz see as you approach them?
So Paz would see a woman who's a full-figured woman. She's got bust, hips, in head-to-toe designer. Her hair is perfect, not a hair out of place. They would probably note Lillian's eyes are the color of honey. So pretty yellowy amber color that plays off her plum-colored hair. And then Lillian will open the door and politely greet you in and just expect you. She's not great with her words sometimes, just kind of expect you to follow her to the office.
Perfect match. Just as quiet and awkward, and it's following Lily's shadow, pun intended.
No problem. You make your way back to the office?
You've come recommended. And I need some help. My computer system has completely crashed, and she kind of like checks her manicured nails. It's like, not my specialty.
I couldn't tell.
She's not offended. Do you think you could help out? Do you need to look at the system? What do you need?
I think I have a good idea of where to go. I'm sure everything is up here unless you have a separate room for servers and wires and cable. No? Is this it then?
Yeah, this is kind of, I like to maintain a level of control over everything.
Then this should be fine. Thanks.
Wonderful. I have to go deal with some other guests. I will be back in 20 minutes.
As they leave you alone, pause. I'm going to ask you to give me a rouse check. I like to ask everyone to give me a rouse check at the beginning of the game, just to at the beginning of the evening, and the other players that did last game. So
Gotcha.
to see how you're feeling.
A success.
Excellent. So you are looking at, it's not a tiny office. It's a sizable office. There's the computer on the desk and all that. A quick look tells you that, it's not a separate computer. Not every location has a separate computer. They all run into the main, computer that's inside. You follow cables. You find a cabinet somewhere. You open it and you see like a stack of where the computers and the servers and everything are. It's, fairly modest, but at the same time, a bit more than you might expect for a place like this. It's very clear right now that nothing's working. There's power, but it's very clear that there's, no activity anywhere on any of these things. Kind of like if someone came in and ran a huge magnet next to all of them or something.
Damn.
So what do you want to do? Do you want to take a look at it?
I do.
Let's start you off then with a intelligence and technology roll.
Gotcha. See, technology and intelligence. That is 3 successes, but I'm gonna go ahead and re-roll.
Okay.
And 5 successes.
Brilliant. You go through it very quickly, and it takes maybe 5-10 minutes, and you have an idea of what happened. And what happened's kind of interesting in that you realize the system was hacked probably over a month ago. So this is not like they got hacked tonight kind of thing. The system was hacked over a month ago. And at that point, there was surveillance software that was installed inside this computer, these servers. This software was designed to piggyback off the bar's security system and to harvest data on an ongoing basis. So this wasn't a hit and run thing. This was someone who installed a Trojan horse kind of situation where everything that was being recorded on cameras was also recorded separately to a cloud. And periodically, the system would root through all the information that was being uploaded to the computer, searching for specific keywords, copy-pasting certain data, copying it over, and so on and so forth. What you're seeing has happened is that there was some kind of flaw in the programming that at some point made it start to reshuffle the data rather than just save it, which is why, as you'll find out later when you talk to them, they were having a problem with like not knowing what the inventory was, stuff was not being ordered when it was supposed to, etc. So it started just kind of like, it's kind of like if a thief was going into the house, taking a bunch of stuff outside, taking pictures and bringing them back, but not putting the stuff back where it was supposed to go, kind of thing. All right. And in time, this little breakdown in the code kind of broke the entire thing down, and the system shut down. But there's at least a month worth of data that's been mined, including videos from the security cameras from this thing. And I love Misfit's face right now. Now, your roll was really high, so I'm going to give you an extra little tidbit. You recognize that the base code that was used for this is something you've seen before. The base code that was used to build this Trojan horse, or whatever you want to call it, is code that was originally used by this company called Aegis Corp. Aegis Corp was a corporation that essentially became professional vampire hunters. They were active most of last year until they made a couple places. They made huge mistakes and a lot of humans died, and they started getting sanctioned by the governments, and so they had to kind of pull back. But for a while, they were very active, and they were active here in Montreal as well as other places. But the code that you're seeing, basically someone took their code that they had for some of their base stuff that they were using. One of the things that you would know about Aegis is what gave them the leg up that they had was that they managed to hack ShrekNet. And that was done here in Montreal. There was a central for ShrekNet here in Montreal. They managed to hack it a couple years ago. And then they were accumulating information, and eventually they started selling their services to governments to hunt down supernatural creatures. So part of the original code they created years ago for their surveillance is here. So it's kind of like someone took that and built off of it to create whatever they created here. The glitch probably happened because it was a jury-rigged code rather than a pure code. But it does come from there. You recognize it from some stuff that you saw over the past few months. Your next question might be, can we trace where everything went? You can. And I think that your character would know that it's probably not going to be super useful, because very likely everything that's been updated, everything that's been stolen already, has already been downloaded wherever else and taken away. So you might be able to find the other server where this was going. It might not tell you much, but, you know, it might be worth checking it out. But you don't think that you're going to get much out of that. But that's where you're at.
I mean, I wouldn't mind giving it a shot. I do have a specialty in hacking, if that'll help.
So the idea is that, like I said, you'll be able to find that other server. But finding where that leads to or who had that is going to be probably next to impossible. It's going to be very much kind of a blind drop kind of thing. It's not a question of, oh, if you roll high enough, you can get it. It's really a question of...
Gotcha.
You're going to hit a brick wall at some point. Like, you can go one more step. You're probably going to find a server somewhere that's got remnants of what's been taken. Actually, that might be of interest to you, actually. So let me give you that then. You will see that business-wise, I don't think... Lillian can correct me if I'm wrong, but are you doing pretty much above board business, or are you doing shenanigans with your...
All above board.
Okay. So it's run pretty tight, pretty well balanced. Everything else, there doesn't seem to be any sort of shenanigans. And you can probably scrub through some of the leftover video and stuff to see that there are a fair amount of Kindred who come here, and that, you know, appear, and once in a while you'll see like tiny little masquerade breaches here and there. Nothing maybe that a human might pick up on, but you knowing what you're looking for, you would. And I think what this would tell you is that this is probably... You're thinking it's one of two things. Either it's connected to Aegis and that it's a holdover operation, or it's someone that's picking up and starting a new operation for Aegis, or it's someone that was at some point connected to Aegis that might be looking for blackmail material or something like that. Because the fact that it was being accumulated over time kind of suggests that they were trying to accumulate a bunch of information rather than just looking for something specific.
Gotcha. I guess once that's solved, at least for now, they're going to reassemble things, maybe make the wires a little nice, a little cable management, and then wait outside the office.
Okay. Whilst you're doing that, whilst you're waiting outside the office, and whilst Lillian is bringing everybody else upstairs, Stone, Clementine, you come back upstairs, found a table, sat down. What do you do?
Okay, hey, I think Lily may have like some blood bags or something around here. I can go heat one up for you if you want, or unless you want something stronger.
No. I don't want anything to cloud my mind right now, Stone, because I feel like I'm being given signs. That is the truest of truths that I could give to you right now. I do believe that I'm being given signs right now for a trail to follow, and I don't want anything to cloud anything.
Okay, what does this mean, though, Clementine? If you're seeing signs, what are they saying?
Well, they're saying, if it's Setites that are problematic within the city and aren't doing less than good things, then the snakes coming for me tell me that there's a trail to follow. Obviously, Finley is part of that trail. If he's performing or creating some sort of art for this strange church coming and leading children astray, then I have to find somebody else who has snakes. And somebody else, and then somebody else, and then we'll find it, and then we'll find your daughter. I know who to call. I know who I would like to call.
Okay. And Stone is like looking at you like wide-eyed. He's trying to keep up with you, and you in what you're saying, and hopefully trying to pick the logic out of it in between the hysteria. Because this is not the first time that he's seen Clementine do this, and objectively, there have been times to where she was right. So he's trying to pick through the babble.
Well, like, knowing this is her whole job, I think it would make sense for Stone to know that she's going to come to a conclusion eventually.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Yeah, it's just getting there at some point. And so he, Stone's looking at Clementine. It's like, okay, follow the trail. Snakes, Finley, more snakes.
There has to be more snakes. These Setites make a snake pit, a pit of snakes, a den, if you will. She's like fumbling to get her phone out, and I'd like to note that her phone is like the newest iPhone. She probably got it last week. It's already cracked. Front of the screen done for, but usable. This time she has a screen protector. We're all very proud of her. And she is texting Ro rapidly right now. Can you talk? And it's like she's double texting him back and forth, and
eventually you'll get a message back. Yeah, of course. What's up?
She doesn't answer in text. She immediately calls him.
I appreciate that you have decided to start texting before you just randomly call. That's very considerate of you.
Well, what did you do before there was texting? You would just have to call.
I didn't have a phone back then.
Well,
not one that I carried on me.
Well, that's just what you did. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I think...
Did you call me to discuss the ins and outs of telecommunications?
No, not at all. I have a trail that I'm following currently, and I need your help with this trail. It's an evil trail. I believe something bad is a part of this trail, and it tried to hurt me in my mind.
Something bad, an evil trail. Do you have more concrete information than that, or is that what we're
Snakes.
working with?
Snakes. Snakes are trying to hurt me in my mind, Ro.
Have you taken any illicit substance that might cause these kinds of hallucinations?
No, none whatsoever.
Okay. Where are you currently?
I'm at Eden.
Okay. Do you need me to come over, or is this something that we can do over the phone?
There is a pause. I'm wearing a really cute outfit today, so that's up to you. But I don't necessarily need you to come, but... Phrasing.
All right, I'll come over. Just stay put, all right?
She just hangs up. She doesn't even say goodbye.
You get a text. Goodbye.
He gets a double text. Goodbye.
Meanwhile, what are you doing, Stone, while this flurry of texting and phone calling is happening?
Still staring. Just going through his own personal mental gymnastics right now, because he could very easily leave right now and go look for his daughter. And he's very tempted to, extremely. But he's also very interested in what Clementine's got going on right now.
What is his state of mind right now? What's he feeling? What's he thinking?
He's frantic. It's stone face, haha, because his name is Stone. But inside, he is screaming at the highest pitch that he can possibly muster. Like, he does not need to be here. He does not want to be here. He could have been halfway to wherever he needed to be by now. So, frantic, frustration, panic.
And as you're frantically panicking and Clementine is frantically texting, you catch out of the corner of your eye Lillian coming back upstairs. Lillian, as you come back upstairs, what is it that you are doing?
She has a tour that she does of the snake pit. So it's a walk around the bar, because there's still a bar that separates the actual enclosure from people. She will take Finley specifically behind the bar, but the rest of the entourage needs to stay on the other side. And she does the regular song and dance, takes out their food, drops it in, and it's kind of beautifully grotesque in how they feed and eat. She sits there and silently watches with Finley. If he makes commentary, he makes commentary. I don't know if she'll talk back.
Yeah, he's very interested in this. He's very curious about it, and he asks a few basic questions about him, like, how much do they weigh? How long have you had them? How old are they? How can you tell which one's the male, which one's the female? That kind of average.
Yeah, she'll go through the science of them, which is, point out Hades as being the male and Persephone being the female, and
did you name them, or did the parents?
I did.
Oh.
I have a naming conventions with my snakes. This is not my first mated pair.
Yeah, interesting. What's your convention like? Just like mythical stuff, or?
I just enjoy snakes. I think they're beautiful.
Oh, interesting.
She's gonna gauge his inquiry.
There's nothing that creeps up about it at all. He's just a guy that's kind of curious about these two strange snakes. As you're checking it out, you're seeing in the corner Clementine furiously texting, and you can tell that Stone is kind of like pacing and huffing and puffing, and he looks like he's about ready to break his cage. And as you're going through this and you're kind of like listening to Finley go on about the snakes, Pascal leans over and says, there was someone in the office downstairs working on a computer. I guess they're standing in the hallway now.
Okay, they must be done. Efficiency. I like this.
Do you want me to go get them?
Yes, bring them up here, and I will take our guests back downstairs. And with that, she kind of ends the bar tour.
Should I get the taser for Stone, or are we going to be okay?
No, we'll be fine.
Okay.
And she'll just kind of like wave off Pascal, like, don't mess with Stone, please. That is not a smart idea, and I don't want to clean up blood today.
Excellent. You'll go back downstairs, bring the guests down. They're just looking to party, so once they get back downstairs, they kind of get back to that, and they're happy to have seen the snakes. And Finley thinks that's very cool, and he thanks you, and he tells you if you want to come out tomorrow and see the show that he's doing, just let him know, and he'll hook you up with a ticket.
Yeah, she'll take that opportunity to exchange information.
Okay, cool, no problem. Meanwhile, pause.
And head right back upstairs. Or to the office.
You go back to the office? All right, so I want to have the NPC go. You bring them back down. You notice Paul's just kind of standing there next to the door of your office, just kind of waiting, kind of awkwardly, I guess. And so you can, once you've discharged your duty to the guest, you can head back towards them.
So Lillian will walk up to Paz and be like, "Oh, you seem quite efficient."
Oh yeah, it was a simple case. You were fucked for about a month now. Just real NTR cuck shit, honestly.
She's like
You heard of-
furiously tapping her foot.
Do you know anything about the Aegis Corporation, Inc.
Vaguely.
Something? Yeah, they had surveillance and everything else for a while now. So
How long is a while, and how worried should I be?
a month, if I had to give it a title, and worried, moderately worried. They were looking for data, snapshots of masquerade bridges, and yeah.
I'm so glad that I had the upstairs redesigned recently. Oh, or else this would have been an awful mess. More awful than it already is. And Lillian will offer an elbow to you as kind of like a gesture of like, come upstairs, meet everybody else. I'm going to integrate you into my coterie, whether you like it or not, because you have proved to be very efficient. And
Whoopee doesn't do that, but does take the gesture and tail.
And she'll like approach it with a business of like, I clearly need an IT person. Would you be willing to take the job?
Sure. I think it benefits everyone here.
Do you go whoopee now? Please say you do the thing. Whoopee. That's funny. Sorry. We're serious.
the spirit fingers at best just.
It pays well, if nothing else. And you'll have a safe place here.
I would argue the latter, but I do need money, so thank you.
Safe-ish.
Clementine and Stone, as you're upstairs, you finish texting Clementine. You notice Lillian coming back upstairs with someone that you've seen hanging around. You've seen Paws hanging around here and there. Coming back up towards you, and the four of you meet up in the little booth area.
Okay, so we're going now? Hello. Okay. Are we leaving?
I'm not. I have some media to
Hi.
meet, Stone. Hello.
Hello. I said hello. Lillian, we really have to go. Or I can go. And you guys can stay here.
She claps her hands together and is just doing like an almost praying motion, but there is no notion of Lillian ever having gone to church. You know what, Stone? If you promise not to be you,
What does that mean?
your track record is bloody.
What does
to
that
do
mean?
this covertly and get information, I am perfectly comfortable with letting you go. That's all I ask.
I actually have a solution for that.
Yes?
I have a friend coming to meet me who does just that for me. And might be able to speak with some of the local youths, Stone, to help find your daughter a little bit faster than maybe a bull in a china shop. Hi, I'm Clementine. I don't think we've actually ever met. I've seen you before.
Yeah, same. Pause.
Nice to meet you. Yeah,
Newest member of the group. Welcome to the staff.
Oh, well, it's exciting. Stone, can you just, and listen, I know that I had a little moment there. I feel much better now. But if you could just trust me on this one.
Now, Stone's foot is like ferociously tapping.
She's still holding his hand, by the way.
Yeah, which is funny because he was pacing, so it was him leading Clementine as they're having a phone conversation and texting in like a circle.
Yeah.
So yeah, all right, that's fine. I will wait until your friend gets here, but after that, I will leave. And whatever my track record says is, yeah, that's what's gonna happen unless we figure something out. So
I think I agree with Lillian that maybe we do this a little bit more covertly as to not break the masquerade.
As that is an issue at the moment. You know, the problems with the computers.
what's wrong with the computers?
Oh, they crashed. Badly.
How is that breaking the masquerade?
Pause is here. You want to explain it?
I mean, long story short, Aegis was surveilling the place for the past month through the computers and security systems. Also, while I have the talking stick, could I possibly play our favorite guessing game? I'm just going to go down and say Malkavian Bruja Toreador.
So close. So we were technologically cucked, is what you're saying.
Yes, that's
Yes.
exactly what I said earlier. Did I say that too loud?
No,
No, Stone-
like I mean,
Yeah,
Stone's
I
not
did
a
say
Malkavian,
technocuck or
though.
something to... Okay. I'll figure it out as we go.
I'm a gangrel. Like, don't get it twisted. And then just like beefcake stuff, like real quick. Okay.
That's
Okay.
strange. Why did
Okay.
you do that?
Lillian looks down and it's like, huh. It's not the first time I've been mistaken for a Toreador, but no, Ventru.
Okay, sorry. Furry Bruja Business Toreador. Got you. So
Furry
we're moving
Bruja.
now.
Oh no,
Really?
we're gonna stay and wait for Clementine's friend because we've learned, hopefully as you will learn, to trust Clementine's instincts.
Mm-hmm. They're really good. I saw two snakes come at me earlier, but I think it might have been a hallucination.
I see.
This is the First that Lillian is hearing about visions of snakes, and her eyebrow is through the fucking roof.
That's what was so upsetting with Finley was there was two snakes that came out of him, and then your snakes were downstairs in a different place than they should have been. She gives the exact same speech that she gave Stone earlier. There's a path, there's a snake pit, they're attacking her mind. And
This
so
has
then
you really worked up.
it's pretty upsetting. It was pretty scary, I'm not gonna lie. But it's okay because I have a friend coming, and this friend is really good at finding information for me and helping with the local youths. So I believe that with this friend coming, his name's Ro, we have to be nice to him.
Well, Finley just offered me tickets to the event.
Oh. How curious.
The event that my daughter's going to be at.
More than likely, yes.
So we're going. We're going? We're going.
Okay, that was...
Like a field trip?
I will ask for 4 tickets, yes. Yes, like field trip, Clementine. She, like, pets the top of Clementine's head.
Clementine's like vibrating with anxiety right now. She's very upset.
Pascal pops his head into your little private room. Is like, Lillian, There's
Mm-hmm.
someone at the door with a lot of tattoos and a burning desire to see Clementine.
Can you show them up, please?
Wait, a burning desire?
I mean, he just said he was here to see you. I just...
Oh,
I'm
Okay.
so sorry to let you down.
that's okay. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, he's human, just so you know.
I know.
Okay. All right. If you're gonna order takeout, just let me know next time, okay? He walks out.
Oh no, no, we can't eat him. No, that's not allowed.
Not my flavor. Thank you, though.
Shortly thereafter, this fellow who is human walks in. He is he's not super tall. He's not dreadfully short, but he's not like superhero tall or anything. And he has tattoos everywhere. His face is covered. He's got piercings. You can see tattoos on his neck and his chest. On the back of his hands, he's wearing this dark hoodie with a jean jacket over it with some punk band patches over it. He's got these old dirty jeans and these big shit kicker boots, and he's got his hands in his pockets, and the hood is kind of pulled low over his head, and he looks like he's kind of like almost kind of wrapped up like all over. He's just kind of this really, like if he stood up he'd probably be a little bit, but he's really kind of just wrapped up in himself. And he kind of walks in and he sees all of you and he seems taken aback a little bit, and he says, this the welcoming party?
Hi, Ro. And I think that if Clementine could blush, she would blush. And she like scoots Stone over further into the booth to make room, and then pats the seat next to her.
Stone is not like that at all. This dude is getting the fucking demon eyes.
Hi.
Hi. I'm so glad that you came. I'm so happy for that because there's snakes attacking my mind. Did I mention that on the phone?
Yeah, you mentioned the snakes attacking your mind. Hi, I'm Ro. Says to everybody else. What's going on?
Well, there's a little bit of a religious zealot that's come to Montreal, and I believe that he's here to brainwash all of the children. Maybe not children, maybe that's the wrong phrase, but brainwash people. I think that's just my mind's eye being attacked by the snakes, but there's definitely snakes involved, and I believe that my friend Stone's very real, very human daughter named Logan Stone, she's trying to give as much information as she can, information she probably shouldn't be giving to Ro in a rapid fire of conversation that does not allow for anybody making a remark edgewise.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
No, she just gulps at the end of it, and it's just, can you help?
Right, so you're talking about this bunch of weirdos doing that revival thing on El Santo.
Yeah, you know about it. Have you heard about it? What do you know?
Not much. I know that they're a big hit on TikTok and things of that nature, but I try not to hang out there. All right, so your daughter is involved with them. Is that the situation, Mr. Stone, was it?
It's Mr. Bronson to you? And yeah, it's my daughter. My daughter.
All right. Do we have a picture of your daughter?
Well,
Yeah. I have a picture of my daughter. Does not like this dude. Like, it does not at all. Yeah.
You had one from the stuff that Sam Reed had given you also.
Yeah, I would just pass the picture over. Just the picture, not anything else.
He takes the picture, takes a look at it, nods, pushes it back. Okay. Do we know where they are? Is it only this revival thing? Do we know if they're, if they're staying somewhere or if there's another group of them? Do we know anything?
Well, there was a bus that was encountered by the border, and the Stone's daughter ran off with, I believe, a group of individuals. And so there's definitely more coming in.
Is that what we got? Is that all of it?
I think so. She looks at the rest.
Yeah, I think we play up the video that we have,
Okay.
Mhm.
so you can kind of.
Lillian, are you holding on to the information you have for a specific reason, or is Misfit just not remembering?
No, it's more Lillian is doing what Lillian does and surveying them and weighing the pros and cons of bringing somebody like this in. I don't know. Have we worked with them before?
I mean, you'd see them around, I guess, especially around Clementine. Basically, Clementine, as an information broker, has different people that kind of work for her and bring her information. He's one of them.
Okay, so he's semi-regular.
She just seems to be taken by him a little bit more.
I wonder why.
She'll side glance Clementine and then pass over the rest of the information.
Okay. So I suggest we go and take a look at this revival thing going on in Saint Hélène, but also possibly check out the hotel where they're staying.
Right, the W.
I think that might be a bit of a good place to get started. Either you have a preference for where you want to go?
Well, both at the same time, but that's impossible.
Well, yeah, we can do that. Why don't the four of you seem to be a well-oiled machine. Why don't you go and check one of these places out, and I'll go and check the other out, and then we'll compare notes.
Where do you want to go, Stone? She's your daughter.
I mean, I'd like to go directly to where I think she is. I'm just going to be very honest. Yeah. I'm going to be very honest with everyone here. I'm not in the best of sorts right now, and the longer we sit here, the worse I'm going to get.
Bleak, we know that the revival is tomorrow night.
No, it's all weekend. There's
It's
something
all weekend
tonight. Yeah,
long.
there's something tonight going on. Tomorrow is the art creation thing. There's stuff all
Okay.
weekend. Tonight there's they're just having like a, you know, it's like a convention welcoming thing with he's talking, the guy, the Mr. guy is talking, and so they got this going on at Saint Hélène, and then tomorrow there's the art thing, and then you have the name of the hotel where they're all staying. So just tell me where you'd like to go.
I think that perhaps it's wise that we maybe go see this revival tonight. If he's talking, then your daughter's going to be there.
We can do both. We can go to the revival and then stop by the hotel.
The hotel after. Yeah, when he's done. We can get him there. I can get him there.
I'll go and scope out the hotel and let you know what the situation is like.
Okay,
Sounds
please.
wonderful.
Thank
Sounds
you.
good?
I'll pay you this week.
No worries. I got you. All right. Pleasure meeting you all. He looks at you, Clementine. He's like, "You sure you're okay?"
Well, no, I'm terrified currently.
Well, that's probably the correct frame of mind to be in.
Yeah, the mind attacks.
Just avoid snakes.
I'm trying so hard, but they keep kind of finding me.
He will nod to all of you and head out on his way to the W Hotel to check that place out. Leaving the four of you sitting there together. What would you like to do?
Does this revival thing require it requires tickets for tomorrow? Does it require tickets for tonight too?
You don't know?
Okay, well, I'm gonna look it up.
There's probably
Pull up my
information
phone.
online. You have a
Look it
hacker
up.
there. You have a super duper hacker.
Hello, hacker.
And if
Hi.
there is, Lillian will absolutely just be like, "Here's the card, swipe it up. I don't care, whatever."
I'm
Money
gonna
is
say
not a
that
thing.
I'm gonna say positive skills are pretty good, enough that you don't have to make a roll for this. You're gonna find easily the information on it. There is a this kind of welcoming talk that's been given on Ile Saint Hélène. So there's Montreal's an island, and in the southern part of the where the river is on the southern part, there's another island in it's called Ile Saint Hélène, and there's like a bunch of like a beach on there, and there's an amusement park and things like that. So where the amusement park is, there is a site where they have built a tent for, and there's HVAC to keep it warm and all that, but there's like a tent, and there's this whole real kind of revival thing. And when you look it up, you see that it's just like, open to anyone who wants to come. There's nothing that talks about tickets or anything like that. It's just kind of an open, welcoming thing for the weekend event. But you see that it's ending soon, because by the time that we're getting to this, it's close to midnight, and so they're due to finish around then. So you know that it's closing down probably fairly soon.
Perhaps we go now, like right now, like Stone wanted.
Okay.
Yeah,
Get the car.
Let's go ahead and go. Come on.
Excellent. You head down there. So you pile into a car and make your way down to Ile Saint Hélène. As you approach the place, on Ile Saint Hélène, the river locks itself in ice, and the city's lights shimmer at a distance, fractured by cold and wind. Snow drifts across the open parkland, muffling footsteps, swallowing sound, until a single anomaly rises from the dark. A massive revival tent, white canvas glowing faintly from within. Generators are humming softly nearby, powering HVAC that is keeping the tent warm. The tent shudders now and then as the wind presses against it. You can see the glow. The inside of it feels like it's going to be very warm. That warm of damp wool and hot metal and bodies packed very closely together. As you approach the tent, you're going to see there are a number of people outside. There's like these tall sort of heating lamps, and they have little tables, and there are kind of people out there, and there's a couple of little like counters that are selling like a hot rum and hot chocolate and things like that. There's music playing coming in from speakers. There's lights that are kind of suspended everywhere. It's got this very much kind of festive, winter fest kind of thing. It is Montreal. It is winter. People are bundled up. It's pretty cold. But there's a general feeling of kind of excitement about the thing. You would guess, as you approach and kind of take a look at the whole place, you would guess that there's maybe 500 people total, maybe around the entire area. And you see various images of this thing, this ministry of the neon god. There are neon everywhere. All those heating lamps have neon tubes on them, and everything is lit by this garish neon. It's purples and pinks and blues, and it's just this very kind of, fair festival kind of feeling to it. It feels very welcoming. The people that are here are, I would say, mostly in their late teens to late 20s kind of thing. A lot of them you can see are probably kids who, don't necessarily have like a very stable lifestyle or anything like that. It does seem to kind of draw in that kind of crowd. As you are getting there, as you've parked, you're coming up, you can see some people already starting to leave. There's a couple buses to take people back. There's a shuttle that's going to take people back to the metro station. As you arrive, is there anything you want to do or prepare or use or look at specifically as you're approaching the tent before you get like kind of really into it, that you would like to do before you get there?
Yes. Clementine would, and correct me if I'm using this incorrectly, I would like to use Sense the Unseen.
Mm-hmm.
What I would like to do specifically with that is sort of sussing out other kindred in the direct vicinity of her.
So you don't even need to use Sense the Unseen for that. Sense the Unseen would help you see like ghosts or things like that. You can use it if you want to see if there are... actually, you should probably use it if you want to sense if there are kindred that are obfuscating. You can go and make your roll for that. I will tell you all that you do not see a single kindred or single ghoul in the entire area. Everyone here is human. which is just a tiny bit kind of strange. You would expect a place like this, an organization like this, to kind of have some form of kindred presence, but there's absolutely nothing. You're the only kindred that you can see or sense for however miles around. But go ahead and make your roll to see if there's anything you spot that is hidden. Meanwhile, what are the others doing? Is there anything anybody else wants to do?
Yes, unless somebody has something important. Okay. I would like to use Unseen Passage to kind of sneak around the tent to see if I can find other points of entry, maybe find little tidbits of information, look for my daughter, X, Y, and Z, things like that.
I got you. So go ahead and give me a dexterity plus stealth roll.
Bleak, remind me how I can use a night move.
Night move, if you use it before you roll, you get to add 2 dice to your roll. And you can avoid a bestial failure or a messy critical.
And if I use it after I roll?
It costs you 2 normally to use it after you roll, so you're kind of stuck having to use it before you roll. But you can, if you want, spend a willpower and re-roll up to 3 of your failures.
Yeah, I'm going to use a willpower.
Right, so just click off a willpower and then just add 3 d10s and roll them.
1, 2, 3. Woo! 2 successes.
You do not see anything. You don't spot anyone. There's no one hiding. There are no spirits. There's nothing out of the ordinary here, really, which is kind of out of the ordinary, but you don't see anything.
I think Clementine would lean into Lillian. There's nothing strange here. Nobody's hiding.
Mean nothing strange. Nothing like...
Nobody's hiding from us. There's nobody in obfuscate. No ghouls, no ghosts, no nothing. Nothing strange.
That's strange.
It's very strange. Montreal is an extremely strange city, I've learned. And for nothing to be strange is horrific.
Yes.
What is Paws doing on the way in, if anything?
Activating Blush of Life.
Okay, excellent. Not a problem. You give it a little whirl, and all of a sudden your skin gets warmer, and you start to breathe and emanate that nice little steam in the air. Anything else?
But I did fail my rouse.
Oh. And as you summon the power of the blood to make yourself appear more human, you find yourself poking the beast a little bit, and you feel a growl inside of you a little bit, as like a cat who's sleeping who just opens one eye when you make a little bit too much noise in the room. Lillian, what are you doing?
Lillian isn't gonna stray far from Clementine and Paws. Will probably walk in the back. However, that looks trying to be casual, or as casual as someone can be, in a wool motorcycle style jacket and like a fur collar.
You do stand out a little bit, but not too bad. All right, so Ian, I'll get to you in a second as you're kind of moving about. As you walk into the tent, you see coats and scarves piled along the edges, boots lining aisles. There's melting snow that's pooling beneath them. You can see condensation beads on the canvas walls dripping down slowly and steadily. There are about 250 teenagers and young adults in here. They're standing shoulder to shoulder. They're sitting cross-legged on the floor or folding chairs. Their faces are all glowing blue and pink in alternating pulses from LED strips along the support poles. There are phones everywhere, raised, recording, streaming, and there's this sense that everyone is kind of waiting for something. You see hoodies, thrifted jackets, dyed hair, piercings. The crowd looks very casual, contemporary, restless. Their attentions are fully focused on the man at the center of the room. And this man, when you watch him, first of all, again, clearly human. Not in any way, shape, or form kindred or anything else. Just this young man, He's wearing jeans and a white shirt with the sleeves rolled up and the collar open. He's wearing a little vest over it. He's got longish hair and a bit of a beard. He looks a little bit like a young, thin Chris Hemsworth in some ways. He's got that kind of like all-around sort of, Midwestern kind of appeals to the wide demographic kind of look to him. And as you watch him, he doesn't shout. His voice just carries kind of easily calm and intimate. Even you feel like he's speaking to you individually. He's young enough to feel like he's part of this crowd, but he's also polished enough to feel like he's someone of weight and of wisdom. He's wearing these neutral tones, blacks and whites. He's got little sharp lines of neon accent here and there that catch the light just enough. And then when he smiles, it always feels kind of deliberate and very reassuring. Behind him, you can see a glowing symbol that flickers. There's the sigil of the Ministry of the Neon Gods, which are sharp lines, radiant colors hovering between a sacred icon and a brand logo. You can really tell that there's like a team that's thinking behind this, and it's not just a off-the-cuff kind of thing. The symbol itself is pulsing. It's synced to the music that's kind of moving around the tent just below his words. There's this kind of low electronic drone that just sort of settles into the chest, and it's almost kind of like the feel of a cat or a person that's kind of like breathing or purring up against you. It's very comforting. He speaks about connection, about being seen, about how the old structures are failing the young people, how loneliness is the real sickness of the age. He talks about light, inner light, shared light, neon light, something artificial yet alive, something made by human hands and belief rather than inherited tradition. He blends a lot of self-help language with spiritual promise. He's got therapy speak and prophecy. He's got everything, and the crowd is just leaning in. They're nodding, they're murmuring, they got tears, some of them, like they're just starting to pool at the top of their eyes. They're really kind of enraptured by this guy. Once in a while, when he says something particularly evocative, there's a bit of a cheer, or there's a whispered affirmation. People draw breaths at the same time. He's really kind of moving them. They're moving almost as in unison, like a one group thing. He's like got them in the palm of their hands. It feels very, very much like an updated, modern version of what you would have expected to see in an old Baptist revival tent or something like that. Like these young people who don't have really generally this kind of ability to focus on someone talking at them for a while are completely sort of enraptured. And as far as you can tell, there's nothing supernatural about him. He's just magnetic and kind of charming as he talks to them, and he says the things they want to hear. You don't detect anything, I think, in his language or what he says that is weird or strange or kind of that raises alarm. It just really feels genuine and kind of like what it purports to be. Nothing, it's not like sinister or anything like that. But you can certainly tell that there's a very powerful cult of personality that's kind of being cultivated here. I'll leave you on that for a moment as you bask in all of that. What'd you get on your roll, Ian?
2 successes.
So you managed to move about without too much problem. There's not a lot. There's the tent, and then there's a couple little things on the sides. You quickly kind of go around the area. You don't spot anyone or anything. And you manage to kind of find your way to the back. So I'm going to tell you kind of your options. At the back, there is a clear area that's kind of like the place where he comes in and out. There are a couple of trucks that are parked there, like SUVs with tinted windows. There's kind of like a little staging station with like a makeup booth, and there's some heaters, and there's like a coffee table with some craft and stuff like that. and there's maybe like 7 or 8 people kind of milling about there. There's some people that they're clearly recording all of this, and there's like an electronics van, and people are kind of working that. So there's that. So you could approach that, or if you wanted on the other side, you could kind of squeeze in between a couple of the HVAC units and maybe find a hole to look at into the tent if you want, or something like that. What is it that you would like to do?
I would like to. Sorry, there was a long thought there. I'd
okay.
like to go where, like, the AV people are. Like you said that there were people who were recording, what have you. Are we talking like? Are these full production cameras like you would see? Like
no, it's very small. So it's like there's like just like a little news van kind of thing, and all the cameras that are around are very small digital cameras made for streaming. It's not at all like a TV set or anything like that.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna go over there. To someone who has a pretty decent setup, like for their like streaming, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna use compel.
Okay. How do you do this? Describe this to me. What do you do?
It's a very straightforward walk over to them. I'm sure there are people who may catch like a little bit of me heading towards, and I walk right up to whomever this is, and I go, "Hey, it's time for you to take a break. Why don't you go ahead and give me that, and I'll record for the rest of the night. Enjoy the tent."
Do you have to make a roll for this? It works automatically with humans, huh?
It's free. Humans.
I think it works automatically on humans.
Yeah, commands. Yeah, humans. Yeah, it works.
All right. So you approach. Yeah. You tell him this is like, oh, I really need to pee, man. Thanks. And he kind of hops off his chair and sort of takes off.
Perfect. I get their camera and what have you, and I start kind of moving about as if like this is why I was here. I put my hood up, I put my hat down, and start kind of trying to sneak my way into places that I probably shouldn't.
Okay, so like I said, there's not like a whole bunch of different places, but you can kind of get into the area of the tent. I'm assuming you're trying to spot your daughter in the crowd, and you're kind of like using the fact you have the camera to kind of look around. You see in the back, you see the other 3 kind of standing in the back, and you're scanning the crowd, trying to find, your daughter. You're trying to see if she's here. Meanwhile, the other 3, you have come into the tent. You can kind of see Stone at the back. He's got a camera, and you can kind of see that he's pretending to be part of the crew. This whole thing is going on. It feels like it's about to end. Like he feels like he's like kind of winding down now and getting to the end of it. There's not a whole ton of time. People are just live streaming this, and what would you like to do? Do you just wait for it to finish, or do you want to do anything specific as you're standing there in the back of this tent and seeing all these people kind of completely enraptured by this guy?
I think Clementine wants to make her way up to the front of the crowd. I think she wants a big closer look on this dude, even if he's just wrapping up.
Agreed.
Okay, so the two of you are going to push forward. Pause, what are you doing?
Pause is going to keep to the entrance. Half muscle, half observing the rest of the crowd if they're going to the front.
Okay, so as you stand there, give me a wits plus awareness. Pause. The other 2, you're moving forward, pushing through the crowd. People kind of resent that as you're kind of pushing through. They're like, "Hey, well, what's going on?" But no one kind of really speaks up too much. They kind of just move and kind of like mumble and then go back to gazing at this guy. You approach the front, and people are kind of standing around and whatnot, so you don't stand out too much. He doesn't pay particular attention to you as you approach. You can tell that he's he's in this zone now where he's not seeing the faces. He's making eye contact with people, but it's, kind of not there. He's just kind of operating now on this kind of like he's finishing his speech. You can tell that he's been sweating and he's put all his energy into it, and he's kind of winding down. Is there anything you would like to do as you approach up front, or are you looking for anything in specific?
I was gonna do something, but I think I'm gonna change my mind.
No.
What I would like to do is sort of turn and face the crowd and see if I catch a glimpse of Logan at all, and sort of get an idea of faces closest to the front as well. In Clementine's mind, that this would probably be his biggest devotees, who have made the conscious effort to get as close as possible as they can.
Okay. Give me a wits plus insight. What's Lillian doing when you come up to the front?
Lillian is having a really hard time swallowing that this guy is a human. But outside of that, it's a mental hurdle for sure. She is also looking for Logan and kind of just scanning the crowd.
Okay. Go ahead and give me similarly a wits and insight roll. Ian, you're scanning the crowd, you're looking around, you don't see your daughter anywhere. You pay really close attention, you look at all the faces, you're pretty sure you've looked very directly into the face of everyone there. You don't see anyone that, even kind of remotely resembles Logan. She's definitely not here. You're pretty sure of that.
That is 3
Pause, I'll get
successes.
to you in a second. What did Lillian and Clementine get?
I rolled 3 successes.
I got 6 successes, 2 of which were critical.
Any of them a red die?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No, I've got one red die with a dot, but not the criticals. It's not a critical fail.
No. So the Ankh with the 2 pips, one of them is red?
No, they're both black.
Okay, cool. Good for you. So you as you look at them with that number of successes, I will say that you see there's something wrong with everyone here. You can tell their eyes, there's something strange with all of them. Their eyes are almost kind of like vacant. The pupils are distended way more than they should be in this bright of an area. And everyone's got that same, like if all you saw were people's eyes, you might think that it's the same person. Like everyone's got this very same kind of hyper-focused, very kind of almost feverish kind of look as they're staring at this guy and kind of listening to him. It's the kind of look that you would expect from a crowd that's about to go completely mad.
Oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Can I swallow that information briefly?
Yeah, I'll let you chew on that for a little bit. What did you get, Pause?
Yeah, that was an 8 bloody crit.
So, one of the things that you have is you have a 9 move. 9 moves allow you to, you can spend it, you have 1 right now. You can spend the 9 move to get 2 extra dice when you make a roll, but you have to declare it before you roll. Or you can use the 9 move to turn a bestial failure into just a failure, or turn a messy critical into just a success. You have that option right now. Do you want to do that, or do you want to YOLO and take the messy critical and see what happens?
Yeah, I'll take the messy crit this time.
Yeah.
As you are looking around, you notice that everyone has, you didn't think of it at first because it seems like a normal thing that people would get, but everyone has this little kind of water bottle and they're all kind of, done up with the branding. They're all in this kind of strange luminescent kind of pink color. They're very small. They're maybe about the size of like I don't know, like a vial or something like that. And they have a cap and they have a little lanyard, and some of them have it around their wrist and some of them have it attached to their jacket, but they all have that exact same thing. And when you look around, you don't see anywhere they could have gone. Like, it's not like there's someone at the door handing them out. It's not like there's like one place where you go, you get your hot chocolate and it's in that, and then you get to keep it as a present. Like, you don't see them anywhere. You don't see them on anyone who works here. It's just all the people that are here that are carrying that. As you're doing that, so this is where your messy critical part of it's going to kind of kick in. As you're sort of scoping that out and seeing all these little bottles kind of kicking around, you pick up this smell, and it just kind of wafts over. And it happens, you know how sometimes you'll see something and it'll kind of evoke a smell, like you'll see, whatever, a certain type of food, and you'll remember what it smells like. Or I don't know if you've ever had that, but I get that all the time. I'll see something and it'll, bring back this memory. As you're looking at these balls, you get this kind of strange whiff of a smell, and you're not sure if you actually smell it or if it's a memory of it, but it comes very strongly to your nose. And it is... And you're going to have to decide for yourself if your character has ever encountered this. But what you smell is what your beast knows is extremely old and extremely powerful vampire blood. And as soon as your beast gets that whiff, it tries to jump out of you. So you're going to do two things for me. One, you're going to do a rouse check.
That was a 1.
Your beast roars out of you, and all of a sudden you're hungry. You're hungry as fuck. But now what I need you to do is I'm going to give you a chance to give me a, let's call it a resolve composure. Let's do composure. You're going to do composure, and you don't really have a lot of social skills, I'm seeing now. Let's do awareness. I'll give you awareness. I'll give you a chance at this. Do awareness and composure.
Two successes.
Okay, so you know how sometimes your face is too loud? And sometimes you can catch it just before it happens. Like someone says something and you're about to fucking let them know with your face exactly what you think, and you catch it just in time. You get that. You were literally about to bare your fangs, open your mouth wide, hiss, your eyes go red, like the full-on Dracula kind of thing. And you felt it happen and you just pulled back. Now, people around you kind of like jump a little bit because they kind of see you suddenly kind of go like, really kind of intense and then pull back. But they don't see, they don't see the vampiric aspect. They just kind of get the intensity of it. And you get a couple of people kind of jump back and go, oh. Ian, your character will kind of notice this little bit of a fracas sort of near the door. You'll see kind of people that kind of react and kind of move away from Paz a little bit. But when you look at Paz, like, aside from the fact that they seem to be kind of just trying to control themselves, you don't see anything outwardly kind of problematic. But yeah, Paz, you got this whiff of extremely old, powerful vampire blood, and it just reached inside of you. It's kind of like, I'm not hungry, smell nachos. Oh my god, I'm starving, kind of thing. So what do you do?
If Stone does slide over, I'm just gonna
Mhm.
they're leaning over subtly.
Yeah.
There is potent ass Vita around here.
And when I get over there, do I catch like a small whiff? Maybe
Nope.
not as powerful, but like
Nope.
I don't.
Not at all.
Okay. Where? The kids?
The whole place. What? You don't? Do you? Is it not aromatic?
My nose is pretty good, but probably not as good as yours in this moment. I don't sense it. I'm also probably very distracted.
Yeah. Cool. Never mind.
Where? I mean,
Fuck.
no. Like, honestly, I'm really open to anything right now. My name's Stone, by the way. I don't think we properly introduced ourselves. So anyway, sorry, that's my fault.
Yeah. You kind of skipped the pleasantries a couple steps back.
Yeah, that's my bad. My daughter's here somewhere. So
Yeah,
you
I
can
know.
smell. Thanks for helping. So you can smell very potent vitae around here, but all of these are kind. None of us are here.
That doesn't make any sense.
You don't
think
think
we
we're
should
sitting
call the other two
there? God, yeah, probably. This is gonna sound real dumb. We're not sitting in a crowd full of ghouls, right? We would know that, right?
I would hope so, but we kind of got little nods and difference at the moment, so
Okay.
maybe we should just pull back and assess.
Yeah. Let's go get him.
As that's
Yeah.
going on, with your role, Lillian, what you saw, you were looking through the crowd trying to find Logan. You didn't see any of it. You notice, as you're scanning the crowd, you kind of get a glimpse of Stone going over to talk to Paz. And as you're scanning the crowd, you start realizing that a good number of the cameras have turned to film Paz and Stone.
Okay, so this isn't. She's gonna try to not make this obvious,
I
but
haven't
she is
forgotten
going
you
to
Okay.
tap Clementine's hand. If they don't respond, then Lillian's just gonna.
Yeah, Clementine's not here right now. We'll get to Clementine in a second, but what do you do
Oh,
when you
no.
tap on her hand? Clementine is basically like this.
Oh, Clementine's having a moment.
Oh, they're not here. Okay.
They're not
I get it.
here.
Clementine's not home, Mr. Handy.
These are the
Um,
message at the beep. Beep.
So that changes what Lillian's gonna do, because she's not about to leave Clementine having a moment in the middle of a crowd, not knowing what the fuck is going on. So she will be slightly obvious about pulling out her phone.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully the gesture is gonna look more like someone who just wants to film the finale than her firing off a message to Pause and being like, "You're being watched, camera," and but not spell out camera, just send the emoji.
Okay. As that pings into your phone, Bones,
Yeah, buddy.
suddenly everyone has stopped what they were doing. Jonathan has stopped talking. Everyone in the tent is staring at you.
Oh no.
They're all silent, just standing there, phones limp in their hands. And they're all just staring at you. Suddenly, like the entire place has just died down quiet. And they're all staring at you. And all at the same time, everyone in the tent, all at the same time, all say, I can see you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. And
Who are
it's
you?
250 voices just saying that at the same time.
I think as she's sort of this vacant, absent face, I think you see just a little bit of a tear well up in her eyes. But to the crowd, she very quietly asks, "Who are you?"
You hear that, Lily, and you hear what she is saying, but the crowd's still going. For the rest of you, things are still going on as normal. And there's a... Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, Lillian will just grab her hand and move it, like, almost protectively towards her.
As you do that, Bones, you ask... Sorry, Clementine, you asked your question, and there's a pause. And then... You're going to find out very soon. And then Lillian kind of moves in towards you, and then the sound comes up, and the crowd is back up and filming.
No. Why did you do that? It was so close. I was so close. Lillian, no. You're muted.
Yeah, I just kind of like hug her and I pull her off to the side. So it looks like someone is just kind of having like I may have done too many things, crash out, and not like I'm tripping on vampire juice.
And as you do that, people start to applaud. Everyone, it's clear as the speech has come to an end. Everyone's just cheering and applauding. What are Paz and Stone doing? You kind of notice this interaction a little bit up front between Clementine and Lillian, and now Lillian is kind of pushing Clementine off to the side, and everyone has started cheering and applauding. What do you guys do?
Is the camera still on us?
When you get the text, it pings, you read cameras on, you look, you do see that there are a number of the cameras that have been turned towards you. Not all of them, but like 4 or 5 of them.
They're going to leave at least the tent to get the cameras off. Because if they go towards the group, they just have this weird thing in their head that if they move towards them, they'll just put direction on Lily and Clem, and they don't want that.
I don't think I follow, like physically follow after you. I understand what you're saying. I think once I hear like the applause, like Stone's attention diverts to where the applause is coming from, like, or what it's heading towards. Do you understand what I mean? Like that's what I'm doing. Because I don't think did you let me know that cameras are on us?
Yeah, you got the message. I know you got the message. You texted Stone about the cameras, right, Lillian?
Pause. I was kind of hoping that Paz was going to tell him about
Yeah, they would have.
Okay, cool. All right. In my mind, you had texted Stone, so that's why I was like, oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
so.
I didn't catch that. I was like, I don't think I know. Okay, but Paz did let Stone know. Okay.
Yeah,
I think initially he turns with you to head off in a direction, and then hears that applause, and then his attention diverts again, because again he's looking for his daughter. Like, that's why I'm here.
When you look, you see that, and I said Jonathan earlier, it's Julian, the guy who was speaking, is waving, and people are, and he's shaking hands, and he's giving hugs, and people are kind of starting to mob the stage, and they're moving forward, and you can see security kind of stepping in. They're trying not to be too obtrusive, but they slowly start kind of pulling him and extricating him and all that. And a bunch of his assistants come in, and they start distributing, pamphlets and signed photographs and things of that nature. And
Bleak,
he's kind of getting pulled out. Yeah.
I'm sorry for interrupting.
No, please.
I want to go shake that hand.
All right.
I want to be able to like get a scent of this fucking dude.
So go ahead, and I'm gonna have you give me a resolve. Give me a resolve plus. Give me a resolve plus. That's a good question. Let's make it a physical thing, athletics. So resolve to you're resolved to go in there, but then your athletics to kind of squeeze in and push people around and kind of slip in there. So go ahead and give me that.
You're muted, buddy.
Sorry about that. And a night move will give you an extra 2, yes?
An extra 2, yeah.
I'm going to use my night move.
Working on a night move.
That's 4 successes.
Excellent. You make it through the crowd and you arrive to the front of the stage just as he's about to kind of be pulled off of it. And you literally like kind of reach out over some young woman who's trying to shake his hand. And your presence is so imposing that he kind of notices. And he gets this little smile and he reaches out and he grabs your hand and he said, "Glad you can make it." And he shakes your hand.
Tight squeeze. Really tight squeeze. Almost like the old white dude on a golf course handshake. And he looks at me and he goes, "Yeah, I'm glad I could make it too. I'll be seeing you soon, sir." Wonderful speech.
Thank you. Have yourself a blessed evening. And he gets pulled out through the back. Meanwhile, pause. You were stepping out. What do you do?
Do I catch his exit?
You can see it. You guys were in the back, and you said you were kind of going out, and he's leaving, so you can see all of this happening.
Mm-hmm.
You're not near it. If you want to try to get near it, I'll give you the same roll that I gave Ian. If you want to try to kind of squeeze in there, just tell me what you want to do.
I'll give it a shot.
Okay.
With one of my night moves.
Go for it. Resolve and athletics. Night move gives you 2 extra dice.
Okay. And then 2 successes.
You managed to make it in there. I'm going to say this. With 2 successes, you kind of manage to push in there and you kind of get close to Stone. And you get there when he's too far for you to just naturally kind of reach for his hand, but he's not gone yet. So knowing that he's a couple of feet away from you and he's being pulled out, what do you want to do?
Let's see. I'm looking at my moves and such. I don't have like heightened senses or sensei unseen, but could I possibly pull something stupid like wits awareness or wits investigation to see if like his skin is flush or if he has a heartbeat, like kind of like re-examine those human qualities?
I will say that you absolutely see that. Like there is no doubt in your mind that this guy's human.
Gotcha.
But not to step on your toes, like I could smell that. Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't even think about that. You're right. They have a smell, so that does count.
Yeah.
Yes.
Want to do anything else while you were there?
Nope. She's gonna back off, pissed off and confused.
Lillian and Clementine, you are now kind of off to the side, and people have kind of moved away from you as they're kind of crowding the stage now. What do you do?
I think Clementine just grabs Lillian's face by the cheeks. Something bad is going to happen. I saw it. Something is watching me. Something saw me. Something knows that I'm here. Something is coming.
Grabs
Something
her
is coming.
face in response. It's okay. I understand. We should link up with everybody else and tell them what you saw.
Okay.
Safety in numbers right now. I would tell you to take a deep breath, but it's kind of pointless.
I think she takes a very deep, unnecessary breath regardless.
And we will worm our way through the crowd to get back to, or at least to link up with where Stone is, and then find Pause after.
So what do Stone and Pause do then? You're both there, you watch him kind of get pulled out through the back. People are fairly respectful. No one's charging after him or anything. There's assistance and security there, and they're like, well, join us tomorrow, and they're like, kind of, come here, and they're handing out pamphlets that tell about the, the thing for tomorrow, the art thing, and if you have any videos, make sure to upload and tag us on Instagram and TikTok, and all these things, and kind of encouraging that. And you notice that the cameras that were on you are gone. Like, they've packed up and they're kind of moved out in the back now. So what are the two of you doing at this point?
When he's being pulled in the back, is he being pulled back into a vehicle or a private room?
I'm gonna say you don't know. There's the tent and there's the flaps, and when they pull out the flaps there, you do know there were two vehicles there, and there's no room per se. Everything they had, like the coffee station and the craft station and the makeup station, all that, are all like these big road cases that were just open and had little tables that would fold down and whatnot. And so you imagine that they've been closing those up.
Got it.
And then there were a couple of SUVs there. Those things wouldn't fit an SUV, so there's probably another truck that comes by and gets them after.
We should get back to the other two.
Yeah. Did you catch anything? I didn't catch a damn thing.
Not a thing. He's got a great smile and smells like amber. I hate it.
How surprisingly thorough.
Yeah.
Very neat.
Did you catch a sign too? Blood type?
I would love to know his blood type, but according to Lillian and my sweet baby Clementine, I'm not allowed to right now.
Right. We'll get it eventually, I guess. Come on.
Yeah.
So the four of you link up kind of at the back of the tent, which is kind of empty. People are starting to kind of file out right now, and the place is emptying. Do you stay in the tent? Do you leave? Where do you want to kind of link up to talk?
I'd like to just make it known to help the party make a decision. Clementine is visibly very upset, even more so than what you saw with the snakes. She is rattled.
Then probably back in the car would be the best.
Yes, I was gonna say.
So you just
Lillian
keep
would-
it low, head down, head back, find your way. You came in late, so you parked at the very rear of the parking, so you can easily kind of get into your car and sort of roll out a little bit. And the way it is, the island is there, and then there's one road that kind of goes up to the bridge that links the South Shore and Montreal, so you can kind of drive up along that road a little bit and then pull to the side, and cars are going to be kind of filtering by, but it's pretty quiet, and you can kind of take a car, or if you want, you can just also kind of keep driving if you want to talk and drive kind of thing.
I think Lillian will be driving towards the hotel. I feel like she put Clementine in the back seat with Stone, because Stone has a way with Clementine that Lillian does not. And having Pause in the seat in the passenger seat.
He's making one of those those origami fortune tellers for Clementine. And it's just like, check it out.
I imagine she's like obsessed with those, and she collects whatever ones that Stone bring her. She has like a cajillion of them somewhere like displayed on the VIP booth that she works out of.
And he made this one out of the pamphlet that we got, and he's just like, check it out. There you go.
I think she uses this as a coping mechanism. No, seriously, I think she is like doing all the hand motions while she's trying to explain to them what she saw. And she's sort of just this rattled, teary-eyed waif of a woman before you. I think that, and what's important to know, I think, for the group to understand Clementine, she is a businesswoman. She runs, while an extremely unorthodox business, she's extremely effective in it, and has a small network of information gathering that allows her to live a certain level of a lifestyle. So to have Clementine so upset so many times in an evening, despite how strange she is and the insanity that she has sort of fallen into as a Malkavian, is, I would imagine, sort of out of the norm for her. She always kind of mutters to herself and mumbles and talks about mind attacks, but she is visibly very upset, very distraught. And as she's sort of working through her thoughts to explain what she saw, she's sort of very pouty-lipped and all sniffly for a minute. But as she does the fortune teller hand motions, she sort of calms herself and eventually looks directly up at you, Stone. They were all looking at me. I saw it. It was very strange, and their pupils were blown out, and they all saw me. That's what they told me. They saw me, but it wasn't them. It was like a hive mind making their mouths move, and she's making like a duck mouth with the fortune telling. But it's not cute in the moment. It's sort of disturbing the way she's speaking and looking at you, Stone, but not looking at you. And they told me that they see me, and that they are going to reveal themselves very soon. I believe that we might be in a lot of danger right now. And then the snakes and the mind attacks, and she's sort of working herself up again. But she explains exactly what she saw, that everybody stopped. They turned to look at her. They explained that they, being a singular being, could see her. And when she asked who they were, they laughed and said that they would reveal themselves soon.
Okay. Something to add to the snakes. This is the second sign. And they didn't tell, they laughed at you when you asked who they were. Okay. Anything else?
When I was in it, Bleak, did Clementine get a sense of what, not who, but what, that was speaking to her?
I'll give you a shot at something. Yeah, give me a wits and awareness. Actually, I'm gonna make it weird. Give me a wits plus occult.
Oh, okay. No problem then. 3 successes, no messy criticals.
Your description of the kind of hive mind thing is pretty good. You get the feeling that it was that, but really, the more you think about it, the more you kind of sit there and whatnot, you get the feeling that it wasn't someone talking through all of them, that was an hallucination that you saw, that your mind extrapolated out of what was happening to you, or that was being fed to you. But it was, while it seemed like it was all of them talking to you, it was just one voice, one person directly in your head talking to you, rather than an actual, like, all these people were talking to you kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And that was just kind of a visual that was created to go with the auditory part of the thing. And so it feels to you like some kind of aspects like thing, like a kindred power.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't get the inclination that it might be another Malkavian, would I?
You'd have no real way of knowing whether or not it is.
Okay.
There was nothing about it that could tell you.
Indicate.
Yeah, possible.
That's just
like that.
That's just a bones theory in head.
Yeah,
so.
Which is fine. Like, I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying also it just that
I wouldn't have an idea.
Impossible to tell. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you get the sense that it was a powerful kindred talking to you directly and making you see that rather than an actual, like, possession of all these people and, that kind of thing.
Right. I think she's quiet for a moment, Stone, and I think you can see her sort of working something out in her head, and she's sort of tapping along her forehead and trying to find some sort of balance and peace. And then she finally blurts it out and says, I think it was a kindred. I think it's something very, very strong.
But we didn't sense anyone there.
I
Like
know
how-
that, Stone. I didn't sense anything hidden. There was nothing hidden, and that was very strange that nothing was hidden. But I know what I felt. I know that what I am is not necessarily based in reality and very grounded, but I understand and feel what I understand.
No, I'm not. No, you're right. I'm not discrediting that. It's just what you're suggesting is that there is a very powerful kid. Pause. Didn't you say that you smelled very potent vitae on the grounds?
Yes, I did.
And what you're saying, Clementine, is that this has to be a kindred doing this. Putting two and two together, what you're saying, the both of you, which is wild, that there is a very old kindred that did a mass mind meld or something, specifically to you.
The snakes, Stone, they keep coming for me. They keep giving me the mind attacks. It's the Setites. Snakes and Setites, that's what they go to. That's what they do.
Yeah, whoa. I get it. It's just you do have to understand how wild and direct and random that is, right?
It's not random. It's not fucking random. And you know it. It's not random. They knew that we were there. They were watching us.
No, I agree with that.
They knew.
This one- Eyes.
She looks at Lillian and she's, you know it. And it was direct, and they're attacking my mind because I have the broken mind. I have to lock it down. I have to lock it down, Stone.
Okay, lock it down. I'm having a hard time swallowing a lot of this. I apologize.
Fucking swallow.
Okay, damn. I almost had it.
Do not make me pull this car over. I will.
It's just a lot to take care of. And I still haven't seen my daughter. And so now you're telling me, but now you're telling me that she's not only linked up with some stupid cult, but probably a stupid cult that's being puppeted by some old kindred. Great.
I think
Fucking Tuesday.
Stone, do you need a cigarette?
Monday. I think that it might be worthwhile to say, and perhaps it's okay for me to say this out loud, but I do believe that it might have been a hallucination. But that whatever was causing my hallucination was real. That was real, and I know it was real.
I'm proud of you for admitting that it was hallucination. She's still like driving, and trying to keep everyone calm in the tiny little box of metal. But you are right. There is probably some fuckery afoot.
And it keeps attacking my mind. And Stone, I'm sorry. I don't want to say this, but I have to say it. I'm sorry your daughter is lost. And I'm sorry that she's here in Montreal. And I'm sorry that she's in a cult, but I don't want to die. And that's more important to me.
I can respect that. That's fine. I also have to make sure that she's okay, Clementine. I can't.
I want her to be okay too, but I don't want to die, Stone.
No one's dying.
You're not gonna die. It reaches for a hug. You're not gonna die. You already did that once. It's boring.
Oh, it was really boring.
Yeah. And then gently, like, sets Clementine back in their seat, and then like gets out of theirs and gets right next to Paz's face and go, and what do you think? Like, I need to please help.
William,
The only sound mind here.
Bones is actually crying. Meanwhile, Ian's yelling.
Right? Not at you though. You're fine.
And I think with Stone in Paz's face, Paz is actually going to look into the rearview mirror to look at Lillian. Does this always happen, or do you have to pay extra for the drama? Like, is this a subscription type thing I'm giving? I'm
Welcome to
feeling
the
like
family.
Hallmark. Yeah, thanks.
Sorry. You'll learn to love him over time.
Okay, back to you. I just got here. Hi. Pause. I think I said my name once or twice since we've known each other for the past
2 hours.
Yeah, we're getting
it's been like
to
2
the
hours.
mark.
Yeah.
I mean, you trust a Malkavian. I'm sorry that this is happening and your daughter is involved, but the Vitae, the eyes, the snake shit, there has to be some either ministry or
eyes?
Sedite Malkavian.
Excuse me, what?
Didn't you just say like everyone was looking at eyes?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You saw
I've been paying
something. You
attention. I
smelled
don't really have
Vitae?
them. Yeah, I said that earlier. There was like mad old as balls Vitae back there.
I knew that couldn't be. Lillian's like white knuckling the steering wheel. She's just like, there is no way that person is not Kindred. I don't understand what fuckery is happening right now, but there is no possible way. Or they're just really Gould and now just a puppet for the actual master.
They can't be, because we would have picked up on it. We were right in his face. We would have picked up
Yeah.
on something.
No, that
He
was
smells like amber. It didn't smell like ghoul.
I hate the way ghouls smell.
you. Jesus.
It's one of my favorite scents. Sorry.
I learn something new about you every day.
Thank you. That's the fun.
I think Clementine secretly is writing down notes for Stone's next Christmas gift. In the middle of all of this, while crying.
Playing.
Have we? Have we gotten to the hotel yet?
Oh, you get the hotel whenever you want to. If you still need to talk some stuff out, it's fine. But if you want to get to the hotel, you can get to the hotel.
No,
I
I
just-
think at this
Yeah.
point, the talking is enough. If Clementine looks like they still need a moment to gather themselves and clean up their bloody tiered face, she'll kind of pull around the parking lot a couple times.
No problem.
I think she is like, she's kind of got herself calmed down a little bit, but she also is checking her phone to see if Ro has messaged her.
You see the message saying checked out the hotel, waiting out here for y'all to pull up.
Okay, I think she'll say.
And then there's
through
another
these-
message. It's the third time you go around the block. Are you okay?
I think he gets from that a flurry of messages of I'm very upset, I'm very frightened, the mind attacks, I need physical contact, I need to feel better. Please hug me.
As you pull up, you see in the parking lot, you see Ro standing there, and he's got somebody else with him. And as you pull up, Stone, you recognize the person that's with him. The person that's with him is Victor Brandt. Now, Victor Brandt is a Nosferatu. Victor Brandt is the person who got you the job, as you remember. Victor Brandt is a very interesting feller because he tends to wear a bowler hat. He's got this very colorful scarf, that kind of winds a couple times around his neck and then dangles really long. And he always has a very colorful flower in his lapel, and otherwise he's got tattoos on the back of his hands and whatnot. And he's this very kind of, at least the image, the face that he's showing is this very young, sort of proper British gentleman. He looks like someone who just came out of like a 1970s British science fiction thing, like The Prisoner or something. And as you pull up, the two of them are standing there, and he's got his umbrella, and he's kind of just twirling it around a little bit. And Ian, you recognize him.
Hey, Victor.
My, if it isn't Mr. Stone Bronson himself. I hear you looked in the box.
Yeah, I looked in the box. I
Tisk,
looked in the box.
Mr. Bronson, don't you know better than to look in the box when you are hired to care for the box?
Yeah, I know. Looks at Lillian. We don't ask questions.
I ask all of the questions, and Lillian will extend a well-manicured hand to this individual.
He sort of does the whole, takes you, he doesn't put his lips, it just touches his forehead to it and goes, Victor Brandt, at your service, and who might you be, you glorious madam, you?
I like you. Flattery will get you everywhere. No.
That's what my old mother used to say. Do you have a name?
Lillian. I'm the owner of Eden.
Owner of the Eden, yes. Very interesting. Pleasure to meet you. And who might you be? As he extends his hand to Pause.
Pause.
From the Syndicate.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Excellent. And is this the young lady you were referring to earlier as this trembling, squirming mess that is about to land in our laps? As he extends a hand towards Clementine.
I feel like Clementine is, by all definition of the word, clamoring out of the car.
And totally just ignores Victor and just...
No, she is talking to him, and if he holds a hand out to her,
he does. Absolutely.
She takes one singular finger of his and shakes it up and down.
Oh, very dainty. Mr. Rowe here was telling me a lot about you.
What was he saying? She looks directly at Rowe.
I believe it would be telling tales out of school for me to repeat what he was saying. If he wishes to let you know, he will let you know himself. Won't you, Mr. Rowe? Now, please, gather around. I encountered Mr. Rowe here as he was skulking is a good word, skulking about the W Hotel, and we had a brief chat. First of all, I guess I should inform you that the people you're here to see are not here. They've become aware that there's some scrutiny surrounding them, and they've altered their plans, so to speak.
Well, shit.
Of course.
Do you know where they went?
I do not. Now, did you have something you wanted to add, Mr. Rowe? And Rowe says, as Rowe's come over to you, Clementine, and he's put an arm around you and kind of giving you he's just kind of holding you and making sure you're not kind of falling apart there. And he says, just before I met Victor inside, I managed to worm my way into one of the rooms, and I did detect the presence of blood, human blood. There's no way for me to tell where it came from. There wasn't a lot of it, but there was some, and that's when Mr. Brandt here interrupted my investigation, so to speak. Yes, I was waiting around simply to give you a message. I've been tasked rather, to deliver a message to you. First of all, a reprimand to Mr. Bronson here for looking in the box. You never look in the box.
I know. Curiosity got the best of me.
Excellent. And beyond that, I've been tasked with delivering a simple message to you. Now, please do not shoot the messenger, and also know that I do not know any more than what I'm about to reveal to you. I am merely a letter, if you will. A living, walking, talking, well-dressed letter. The message this letter brings to you is the following. Get with the program and don't make wave. waves. This goes to the very top. Leave it alone.
Oh, that's
And
not
who was
good.
this addressed to exactly? All of us, or just a singular one of us?
No, I believe it was addressed to the lot, plural.
And who's the sender of this letter?
And he looks over, and across the parking lot, in a beautiful Lexus, black tinted windows. The window rolls down, and you see sitting in the driver's seat. I'm gonna ask Ian to describe Arkham here as you see this elder kindred sitting in his car all the way across the parking lot.
You see in this matte black murdered out Lexus, the window goes down and you can see the interior of this beautiful supple red leather as a gentleman sits forward and pokes his head into the frame of the window. High collared or high black turtleneck, large overcoat, and just the faintest glint of several gold chains. And he smiles and he winks and he shoots the finger guns at Bronson specifically. Puts on a pair of shades, pushes his hair back, and leans back in the Lexus as the tinted window rolls back up in the Lexus. God, I love that character.
And then rolls out of the parking lot. I believe some of you will recognize Mr. Arkham Olivier, the famous art curator, of course.
I think Clementine looks at Lily and says, "Wow."
Lillian shoots a rather pleasant smile, as if like, oh, that's someone that I would like to get to know.
Wow.
Stone looks at Victor and go, "Who the fuck was that?" Not aware of the art scene. Is that a problem?
Sorry, who are you addressing?
Victor. Yeah.
Victor.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Arkham is known for his rather tempestuous temper, so to speak. And I would say that as one of the very few elders remaining in the city, he is probably one of the last persons you would want on your list of people who dislike you actively. I think that he has been very kind in giving you an opportunity here to take some distance from the matter at hand. And I myself, were I in your shoes, would very likely avail myself of this opportunity, but you do you, as they say.
Victor.
Yes, Clementine.
She looks down at her very sparkly, very pointed, very heeled shoes. I don't think that you can fit inside of my shoes, and unfortunately, that man, whatever it is he's involved in, if he's involved in this situation that we're investigating currently, is not aware of the current mind attacks that I'm experiencing, so unfortunately, I cannot back off.
Well, then, you must do as you must. As I said, I'm merely the messenger.
Thank you for understanding that, being the messenger. Did Arkham drive off already?
Yep.
She sort of watches, like, I guess, the glow of the taillights as they go by, and she flips him the bird, and says, "Bye. I don't love you. So sorry, you don't control me. You can't do my mind attacks on me anymore. That's not allowed." And she's very earnest in this. As silly as it might sound coming out of her, you can tell she's being very earnest right now.
If there's any other way that I may prove useful, please do not hesitate to contact me. Mr. Bronson knows how to get in touch with me. Logan, not Logan, sorry, you wouldn't have said that in any way, shape, or form. Stone, pleasure to have seen you again. Pleasure to have made your acquaintance. Pause. Miss Lillian. Miss Clementine.
Yeah.
Pa. And he just whistling and spinning his umbrella around. Starts walking down the street.
You see, he was a Nosferatu.
Yes.
Did I notice anything hideous about him?
Well, no, he had his mask on. His mask.
Oh,
was
I
over
see.
there,
Okay,
so
sorry.
he
Yeah.
was hiding his
Oh,
face.
okay. She's gonna look up at Ro and say that guy's weird.
Yeah. I think he'd been standing there for about 10 minutes before he let me know that he was there. It was rather creepy.
It's a useful person to have around.
Yeah, Victor's cool.
As I said, the only thing I managed to find in there was the room that they were in. There was freshly spilled human blood. That's the best I could get. Pause. As this is going on, your cell phone beeps. A message received. When you check it out, it's from Ferouz, your immediate supervisor, let's call her. And the message is very simple. We need to talk.
Call? Question mark.
Better if you come here.
And they kind of just start walking forward, zombie-like. I've been having so much fun with you all and following this Degrassi-ass shit with fathers and daughters and mind control, but I have to go take care of something.
Would you like a ride?
I got it.
Okay.
Will we ever see you again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ro looks at you and says, do you want to tell me about these visions that you had and
Yeah,
see
it
if
was
we
really
can make any
scary.
sense out of them?
Yeah. Here?
No, do you trust me? You want to come with me somewhere? I want to show you something.
I think she looks at I'm Clementine. Lillian and Stone is like looking at like mom and dad.
I'm gonna go now. You will see me again.
Club? Morning. Before morning.
Well, we'll see about that.
Text. If anything else.
Will do.
Awesome.
Oh, okay, bye. Go.
What a jarring response.
Sorry.
That was upsetting. Don't do that again.
Okay.
Lillian and Stone, you're standing there in the parking lot of the W Hotel. It's fairly late now. It's probably like 3 in the morning. You still have a few hours of darkness.
Can I take you anywhere?
Yeah, I got to get back to my bike. And then I probably should get back to the MC and figure something out. But the W is notorious for their Manhattans.
Want to go get a sip?
God, yes, we deserve one. Let's go.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
She
So-
will again offer her arm and like stroll in like she owns the fucking place.
Yeah, let's do it.
Pause. You, I assume, go and meet Ferouz. You find her as you usually do. There's a sort of office space that the syndicate hires for meetings and things of that nature, like just kind of a little private club kind of thing. And when you walk in, she's waiting for you in one of the in one of the private meeting rooms. There's a couple other people here working on some stuff. They kind of nod at you as you come in. And you make your way to her office, and as you walk in, she says, "Where on earth were you?"
Every day. Every night. New bullshit.
Well, what was tonight's bullshit? Anything I need to know about?
Not yet. If I have something concrete, I'll report to you, ma'am.
Whatever it is that you got up to tonight, I've been advised to tell you the following. We're in the process of finalizing a deal with the Kindred who's behind this neon god business. We're going to need you to get your friends to step back. The people involved in this business have someone we need. Someone that both Decimus and Dario have been looking for several decades. We should be able to secure a deal within 48 hours, but we would need you to keep your friends out of this for about 48 hours, just so as they don't make any waves. If you think it'll help, we can even offer them a place in the syndicate in exchange for being circumspect for 48 hours. They seem to have a knack for trouble, which is always good. But we would really require you to try and get them to pull on the reins a little bit for 48 hours.
With all due respect, friends is a very, very strong word, and one that takes more than 4 hours to adjust.
Well, then it should be easy on your conscience to get them to divert from this goal that seems to be exciting them.
I'll see what I can do.
I knew I could count on you. The people involved in this particular situation are not people to take lightly. We are trying to stay in the good graces of some of them simply because of how influential they are. But let me be clear, Oz, that this is something that is rather game-changing for us. If we manage to pull this off, we would stand to gain major control over the spheres of influence that we've been trying to commandeer in the city. And so anything you can do to help along the way will be seen in as very good representation of your value to the organization.
I understand.
Good. I knew I could count on you. Now, why don't you tell me what happened?
And I think there's like this slick camera pan as they like recite everything top to bottom down to the syntax.
Down to the syntax. I love that. As you are walking into the bar, Stone and Lillian, your phone dings, Stone. And it's a number you don't recognize.
Okay. I open up the message.
As you do that, similarly, Lillian, you also receive a message on your phone. This time from Pascal.
Oh Lord, what is happening now?
You start with Lillian. Someone left a message for you here. It's interesting because it came written on paper, wrapped around a brick, thrown through the front window. And you know,
Let me guess, it's a vague threat.
You know, in the movies when someone like goes through the newspapers and clips out different letters and different names and different words and kind of makes a message, it's like that.
I will ask Pascal to send a picture of the
note
letter. Yeah.
Yeah.
He sends you a picture of the letter and the brick. When you take a look at the message, it is exactly like that, like bits and pieces of stuff. And the message reads, I guess my Trojan horse malfunctioned. That doesn't matter. I've amassed enough info. I know what you are. I know what you do. I saw others too, and I have video proof. I know what you are, and I want to be like you. Either you turn me, or I release all this information to the press. If I die, the information goes to the press. If I don't hear from you inside 48 hours, the information goes to the press.
Oh, how interesting.
I want to live forever in the night also, Lillian. Don't make me beg. As you're taking this in, Ian, you open the message and you read, Dad, leave me alone.
No. Oh.
I'm where I want to be. You no longer have any right to me or my life. You gave all that up when you left us. Just forget about me, because I'm going to forget about you.
I think Lillian goes to like turn her phone to show Stone the message and then tracks the face, and it's like,
oh, it's not just his face. Like there's like 1, 2, 3 blood tear streams going down his face, and completely cracks his phone in his hand. And he looks up at you, eyes full of teary blood, and he goes, I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill every single one of them. Nope, Lillian, nope. They are going to...
Okay, let's go to our bar and have a drink. The best stuff night.
Yeah.
And as you head for that, Clementine, you are walking in the NDG neighborhood, which is on the other side of town with Mro, and you're telling him about your visions and all that and everything that you saw. And he says, you saw snakes in your vision?
Yeah, the first time it was Lillian's snakes that she keeps, but they were in the wrong place. It was the wrong place, and they came at me. And then the second time was this man, Finlay, he's an artist, and I went to go talk to him, and then they came off of his bodies like tattoos, came to life.
Well, that's why I wanted you to see this. I happen to know a few things about snakes, Clementine. This is where I live, and you look up, and in Montreal there is this old theater called the Empress Theater. It is run down and closed down now, but you're looking up at it as he stops. The building stands behind a skin of construction fencing, its metal grid catching the glow of street lamps and throwing fractured shadows across the sidewalk. Plastic warning signs flap softly in the cold air, bright colors incongruous against the solemn mass of the old theater. The Empress still carries the bones of its Egyptian fantasy. Faded columns flank the entrance, their carved lotus capitals chipped and eroded, yet unmistakable. Above the doors, hieroglyphic patterns linger in shadow relief, worn smooth by decades of weather and neglect. The once grand facade now bears cracks like age lines, dark veins running through stone, that was meant to feel eternal. And as you look up, you see the torn marquee that hangs overhead, empty letter slots gaping like missing teeth. And up above, all of this engraved in the stone. A blazing eye of Horus. And he says, I know a few things, Snake. You want to come in?
I think she very slowly looks up at him. Am I in danger with you, Ro? Or will you keep me safe?
Oh. You're in danger, but absolutely not from me. And if there's anyone that can possibly keep you safe, it's me. You're fine. But we're going to talk a little bit.
Okay.
And on that note, my friends, we're going to end tonight's little soiree.
Ooh, things are getting spicy.
Walking right into the den. Damn.
Fun. Poor Clement.